Mean you should be shy. Beautiful, good work. There we go. And grab a wine if you haven't had one already. My name's Hilary, and on behalf of the events team, I'd like to warmly welcome you to Readings Carlton for the very fine launch of Karen Andrews' book of poetry on the many shapes bodies will take. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land in which we gather, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nations, and pay my respects to elders past and present. Now, I'm not going to talk for very long because I'm joined, as well as by Karen, by Penni Russon, who is going to properly introduce Karen. I will tell you, before she does that Penni actually began her writing life, she's a writer and editor, as a poet, and is therefore a much greater authority than me to speak about Karen. But before I get off the stage, I will let you know that to purchase the book, you just go up to the front counter. The wine is complimentary, but the wine glasses are limited, so hang on to one, approach me for refills. If you really need a chair, just ask me for it. And I think that's about it, other than, unless you have an exceptionally amusing ringtone, probably put your phone onto silent because no one wants to be that person. And I think that's about it. So without further ado, please join me in making Miss Penni Russon, feel welcome as she introduces Karen and generally has a talk and celebratory discussion about the book. Thanks.
I'm just going to turn my phone off. All right. Hi. Karen invited me to launch her book, which is very exciting. Karen's actually helped me launch a book before as well, so it was nice to return the favour. So Karen and I know each other from the days of the internet, before Twitter and Facebook, in the olden days when we all used to have blogs and we would write on them regularly. Karen actually still writes regularly on her blog, which I find very impressive. And the first time I realised Karen was my neighbour was after I wrote a post on knits. So I looked back and I reread the comments, and I had written about my children getting knits, and she commiserated because her children also had knits, and she said that she lived in a suburb not very far from me and that she couldn't get rid of them either. And I said, oh, I didn't know you lived in a suburb close to me. But anyway, that's how it rolls on the Internet of Women. So the Internet of Women is the community, the porous, fluid community that coalesces around content. And for me, it was a really vital community, especially as I had children and was kind of making myself into a writer at the same time. And the thing that I really find is that the word social network doesn't really kind of cover what it is, because social network seems like a very cold word. And actually we talk about things like breast milk and babies and life and all this very earthy, real matter, the matter of our bodies, and the true kind of worlds that we occupy. And there isn't really, they talk about for young people how there's not really a difference between online and offline, that those boundaries are broken down. But I think that's true for all of us really now, that the relationships that we make online are really important. And there's somebody here tonight who I met for the first time today, and I feel like I have known him really intimately for like nearly 10 years. So it's surprising to me that, and it sort of almost doesn't really matter. Anyway, it makes sense that the first time we actually we met in real life, in flesh and blood, was an accidental encounter at the library. And Karen recognised my children first, and then kind of was looking for me and introduced herself. And after that, we stayed in touch and we met quite regularly. And my advice for women who want to write is always, connect with other women who write, who are mothers, when you have children, because it helps keeps you sort of current and in touch with yourself as a writer. And so we would meet in the most child-friendly cafes or in Karen's home. Karen rescued me once from the side of the road when I was 39 weeks pregnant and my car had broken down and I was on my way to do the school and kinder run. So, again, thanks to the internet of women. And, over the years our lives have got busier. Una and Keira, who's here, used to do Girl Guides together, so we would see each other all the time. But, our lives got busy, our kids got busy, and we saw each other less and less. Keira and my daughter Freddie now actually go to the same high school. So even though we kind of move, away from each other and back towards each other, that kind of connection has always lasted, has always stayed. And mostly we stay in touch through the written word across multiple platforms. For me, the words that Karen writes and the person that Karen is are the same thing. I feel as intimate a connection with her the body that she's made for herself, the body of literature that she's made of herself, and the body that I sat in rooms with and had coffees with. I feel like we've documented ourselves together as adults, as mothers, as writers, and as friends, and for that reason our bodies of literature, our bodies of words have interconnected and become part of each other's bodies. I'm going to read my favourite poem from the book. I like lots of them, but this one is the one that I love the most. It's called Second Day. That blood-crusted crown, soft bone plates, pushed by birthing into cone-like shape, the arbitrary beeping and calling throughout the ward, the scuffling of nurses' shoes announced their arrival. I often pretended to be asleep when they peeked through the door, except when I didn't, when I waved one in or flagged one down in passing as I pointed to my screaming baby in his plastic cradle on wheels. He's still hungry. I remember one nurse bringing the bottle of formula. She jutted out her arm and handed it over. The silence of a finally full baby brings relief, a clearing of air. In retrospect, I harbour no ill feelings. This was only the second day. My milk was still on its way as rainstorms are conjured out of pressure and warmth, and I would make it through. But other mothers are not as lucky, and I can only imagine how they must feel, which is a shame to be made to feel anything other than extraordinary. So it's my great pleasure to launch this book into the world, and I'd like to introduce Karen Andrews to come and talk about her journey.
Hello. Oh, thank you for that, Penny. I did write something and I'm going to read it. I'm trying not to sound too robotic about it either. Because as you can probably tell, I'm a bit... I tell people at any given moment, I'm always only 3 seconds away from crying. And this is actually probably that one at the moment. Okay. This collection, for all its newness in being a physical product, is heavily influenced by the past. And as much as Crying in the Car, my previous book, is a book that I like to call memoir-ish, On the Many Shapes Bodies Would Take is perhaps even more so. This isn't to say that the unnamed woman in the story is me. I didn't use the word story loosely, but neither is she fully removed from me either. I say story deliberately too, though, because the loose narrative of her life in here allowed me to configure a structure for the text that was not only helpful for me to write it, because then I knew what holes needed filling, but it gave it a roundedness that I hope readers can see and appreciate when they read it. This perspective also helped me with confidence to begin tackling some themes and subjects in here that up until now have been problematic for me. Some of the newest poems in here are about my oldest experiences, and I'll explain which ones are which when I come to do some readings in a moment. I just want to tell a quick story about inspiration for a minute, or muses. I have a deep love for the work of Dorothy Porter, and I would say that she's absolutely one of the few direct influences on my writerly practice that I have had up until now. She was a writer in residence at Charles Sturt University in the early 1990s, which is the university I did my cultural studies BA at. And she mentions her time there in the introduction to The Monkey's Mask. But she returned there afterwards on occasion to write, I believe. And one of those occasions was when I was there. And this was after I had studied Arkham Martin and basically everything else that she'd written up until that point, and I had become a massive fan. And then one day I was walking through the arts faculty building, and I walked past her temporary room, her quarters, and the door was ajar, and it was usually shut. And I stopped because that meant that she was probably in there. And I was unable to resist a peek inside. So, but to my disappointment, she wasn't at her desk. And it was a dark day, as winters can be in the New South Wales Midwest. But I remember looking through that door, it was onto my right, and the light from the window illuminated the desk underneath it, which was scattered with writing tools, pens and papers, and there was even a computer off to the side. All ordinary, everyday office materials. But to my young mind, I think I was 19, their significance was conflated. And that vista of the writing desk and its stillness and its gravity impressed upon me yet another layer of respect for writing. Because writing is full of those quiet moments at the desk and of quiet revelation and hard revelation. On difficult days, which I had writing this, but I have to say this is probably the gentlest book that I've brought into the world so far. And I try to keep that picture in mind though on the harder days. Because not only is the space a literal space and it's fixed, but if I try and think about it, it's my best writing is conceived somewhere between the present and the past, and that figurative door that opens to stories is very important to me. So before I move on to other thank yous, I just want to mention that and give my thanks to her. I will only really read a couple of poems because I'm still working my way into the confidence in that respect. But I wanted to do a few, and now I just need to move it because I did not doggy ear that book. I'm all for doggy earing books because it avoids this kind of thing. One of the last poems that I wrote is called Tomato. It was actually part of a really rubbish essay that I wrote for a competition last year, and I was just like, bleh. But I always say with writing, everything is recyclable. I really do feel that. And there was this one image from it that I thought, no, it was just too important to let go either, so I turned it into a poem. And this is 100% true. This is what happened when I was pregnant for the first time. And this is my tribute to William Carlos Williams. Tomato. I bought a tomato at Woolworths, just a tomato, nothing else. I liked how it fit comfortably in my hand and the way my fingers curled around the side in a gentle squeeze. Flesh unyielding, young, I couldn't bear to think it cold. At home, I sat it on the countertop and admired its shape before picking up the pregnancy test again to reaffirm the positive result. Another poem that I wrote towards the end was called Waking in Hospital, and this is one of my earliest memories in life. This is 100% taken from my own memory. When I was 4 years old, I was had a kidney operation, and this is what I felt when I woke up in hospital. You ought to be alarmed, he thought, upon waking alone outside the coloured murals of the paediatric wing, but the drugs distilled clarity. You were still you, and mother would be back soon. Nearby a television blathered the afternoon soaps, and your inner reserve started to collect and rise, eager for movement and proof of grit, also to visit the toilet. With an intubated hand, you understood the specific removers required to get out of bed while attached to an IV stand and navigate the rows of elderly bodies. Urination proved an ordeal more exhausting than the journey to the bathroom, and you travel back to bed with new wisdom. Sickness demands courage from the young, later confirmed by an apple juice, a reward for demonstrating a simple act of independence. I'm going to leave it there, but I will move on to some thank yous. This project, as most of you here will be aware, was born via a successful Possible campaign last year, and I do try to ensure that I begin all thanks about this project by mentioning those supporters who supported it, and Sarah, who's right here, sorry, and you, for hand-holding me through that campaign and with her advice. I might have provided the words, but there would be no book at all without the help of people who know what they're doing to put it all together. The cover photograph here is a photo that looks up at the roof of the Temple of Love in the gardens of the Petit Trianon at Versailles. My French is terrible, that was probably bad pronunciation. Sandy Cole designed the cover from the photograph that my husband took, and so thank you both for your talents. A huge thank you to Martin Rowley, who's not here tonight, but I know he'll get this message, for his work in typesetting and the internal design. His thoroughness, attention and care to making something the best it can be has always made me feel like I'm in safe hands, and I really do appreciate it. There are thank yous for those who've stepped in at moments of creative crisis, of which I have many. Jasmine and Anna and Sam and Sweden, who are here tonight. To the three of you, so thank you. And I want to thank you all for coming. It is a work night and a school night, and I know that you're giving up part of your evening to be with me, and I truly do appreciate it. I'd like to thank the team at Readings here for being an absolute dream to be liaising with and working with, and it always feels really special to be within these walls, so thank you. And finally, I'd like to thank Penny for your wonderful words before and for being here to watch my book for me. And can you also come back up? Because I might have a little wee something.
Oh, sorry, I was going to do that.
But thank you. Thanks for you. And thank you all. I think that's all. Will that do?
Thanks everyone for coming. And yeah, you can buy it up the front if you want.
Yay.
And there's still more wine.
Yes, please drink it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks everybody. Yay.